Nothing, man. Just like, folks, y'all don't need to be doing that, man. 'Cause, you know, people's out here dying, you know, and that bully stuff, that don't make no sense at all.
Right.
But, you know, I ain't too much in, I don't know what to say.
What advice do you have for the ones out there being bullied and the ones that's bullying?
What advice I have for 'em? Shit, really, I don't know what to say. Just don't do it. You know, it ain't worth it, you know.
Right.
No, life is so beautiful, man. You don't want to be doing something like that and you be gone for the rest of your life.
Right.
Just stop it, you know. Go to church, pray, you know. Come on.
Exactly.
That's it. Come on.
And for the ones that's been bullied and who are afraid to speak out, we just had an incident where the little guy went to school with 2 knives and just started slashing whoever, you know what I'm saying, because he felt he was tired of it.
What we need to do is just to speak to our young ones and stuff, you know, just put word out there. That's all I can say. Just put that word out there to the folks, you know. You can listen to us, you know, because we've been through all this, you know. We've seen this, you know. We know what's going on.
Right.
Like I said, life is too beautiful, you know. We want to be here, you know. Think about your parents. Think about the older people and everything.
Right.
So just cut that loose. Let's leave it alone.
Right on.
That's all I could just say. Amen.
Hey, that was good enough. That was good enough.
That's it,
And
right
I want to thank all you gentlemen,
Okay.
you know, for y'all time. You know, it was wonderful. You know, we come from the hood. We're still here in the hood.
Here in the hood.
And we're not going anywhere. We're going to be right
And
here.
it's a simple thing that Dre's doing to let you know that he cares.
Right,
And it's a new
right.
time and age. It's time to change.
Exactly.
It's time to change.
Make that change.
Make that change.
Right on. Okay, so we back at the Bible store once again, and who do we have with us?
Dave.
Hey, Dave, what's going on?
What's up, Dave?
All right. What's going on with the bullying out there? How do you feel about the bullying that's going on out there, man?
Oh man, the bullying's a bad thing, you know. I think bullies need to get bullied. If they get bullied one time, then that'll be the end of their bullying days. All somebody has to do is let somebody know they're bullying them. Maybe some other bigger kid bullies that kid, and then the bullying will come to a stop with that certain individual bullying others. Because really a bully is just a coward and somebody that lacks a confidence, and so they want to just kind of, that makes them feel better, in my opinion. They just want to feel better about themselves by bullying somebody else, and that kind of boosts them up. So once they get bullied, picked on really one time, they're really weak. Once they get bullied one time, then they're going to stop.
Okay. Have you ever bullied or been bullied before?
Now, I've never bullied anybody, and really I've never been bullied either. I mean, you know, because when somebody tried to do something to me, I'll fight back, you know. So just, if you do that, you're not going to get bullied. You know what I mean?
Okay. What would your
Plus, I
advice?
always had an older brother, so that always helped.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For real.
Have an older brother, you know,
Yes.
they're going to stop the bullying.
For real, for real. Okay, what advice would you give to the ones that's being bullied out there and who are afraid to seek help, as well as the ones that's doing the bullying?
Well, the ones that are doing the bullying, just stop the bullying, man. You know, it's so much better to just be a human being. We're all human beings on this planet. And, you know, just treat others like you want to be treated, man. You don't want to be bullied, and you wouldn't want to be bullied, so don't bully this poor kid. He's just a kid going through like you are really underneath it all. And to the kids getting bullied, just tell somebody. Tell a brother, or if you don't have a brother, tell somebody at the school. And really, you're just going to have to fight back. Once you fight back one time, it's going to stop. Trust me.
Dave, that was well spoken. I appreciate your time. I know you're a
good.
busy man, and we're going to let you go. Any shouts out?
Just to my boy Mo here at Bottles.
All right, that'll work.
For letting us do this.
There you go. First question is, how do you feel about the bullying situation that we have going on here?
You know, I don't like it because you have innocent children that's going to school trying to get an education. And I just feel that those that be doing the bullying is the dumbest ones, and they jealous.
Have you ever been bullied or bullied while attending school?
I think I was in the 7th grade, and I remember this girl had hit me in my back. I kept telling her to stop, and she didn't stop, and I just lost my temper and turned around and I fired her. And ever since that, I ain't had no more problems. You know.
What advice would you give to the ones who's being bullied and who are afraid to speak out and seek help, as well as the ones that's doing the bullying?
Young people, don't be afraid to report them. My advice is strongly. Sometimes you walk away, but if they keep pushing you and keep pushing you, it only take one time. Hit them upside the head. And I guarantee you they won't mess with you no more. But don't start nothing, but just walk away from danger. I was always told, turn the other cheek. You know, and my advice to the bullies, y'all done. Y'all the one that is sick and you have a problem and y'all need professional help.
Miss Mary, I appreciate it and I thank you for it. And is there any shouts that you would like to give out to anyone?
I want to give a shout out to my mama. Today is her 90th birthday, April 16th.
Happy
She
birthday.
just made 90th.
All right.
And to all the peoples of planet Earth, just be safe, God bless, and may God protect each and every one of you. Amen.
I would love to interview your mother. Once again, we're here at the bottle store and speaking with Mr. Ed here. Mr. Ed, we're on the subject of bullying. How do you feel about the bullying situation that we have here?
It's a sad situation. It shouldn't be for anybody. It looks like it's horrible for the kids to be in the school bullies or even the outside bullies.
Have you ever been bullied growing up, going to school, or have you ever been a part of bullying?
No, I've never been bullied. I've never been part of bullies.
Okay, what would your advice be to the ones that's out there being bullied and doing the bullying?
To be advised to give it, it's try to help each other. Stay away from trouble. Stay away from the people that is going to give you that kind of problem. To be a bully and to be safe sometimes.
Last and final question. You have so many children out there being bullied and they are afraid to seek help and they're taking their lives, or on the other hand they take someone else's life. What advice would you give to them?
Once again, if you are in the right place, not to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and to be safe and be in the school, stay with the people that be in the school, and the education keeps you away from this trouble.
Mr. Ed, I appreciate that. How you doing, Miss Barber?
Wonderful.
Okay, we're talking to you about the bullying problem that we have. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel bullying is not a good thing. I was bullied when I was a young girl, and I'm going to tell you about that in a few minutes. Bullying shows that the child or the person who is bullying has been bullied. And what I mean by that is you learn how to bully someone else's child or someone else as a human being if you've been bullied by someone that's older than you, bigger than you, stronger than you. So therefore you act out by bullying someone else.
Okay. What do you feel that the one that's being bullied should do, and at the same time the one that's doing the bullying? What advice would you give them?
The advice I would give the person that's being bullied is tell someone, tell an adult, tell a grown-up, tell a police officer, tell someone that you're being bullied because you don't deserve to be bullied. The person that's doing the bullying, go to your parents, talk to your parents, and tell them that you have been bullying someone and you feel like you're being bullied at home and that's why you bully others. Tell your doctor, tell your teacher if you have the desire or the need to start bullying someone else, because it's an internal problem that you have and someone has to address it, be it your parent, a teacher, a school nurse. police officer, someone will seek you some help.
Thank you, Ms. Barber. I appreciate that. And hopefully we can reach out to some of the ones that, well, not to some, but to all the ones that's being bullied and all the ones that's doing the bullying.
Yes, and I have one last thing to say. Bullying causes the person that's being bullied to have unnecessary fear, doubt that you are not good enough to be a part of whatever you want to be a part of when someone's bullying you. It makes you so fearful that you end up putting yourself in danger by protecting yourself in ways that might be violent to that person who's bullying you. And what I mean is that some kids that are being bullied, they resort to carrying weapons because they are being bullied and they don't want to be hurt, so they're afraid. So the bullying has to stop because we have children and adults and people in Congress and even higher up that's being bullied by someone because of the way they feel, the way they live, the way they look, or the way they act.
Thank you. That was well spoken. I appreciate your time, and thanks again.
You're welcome.
Gordon. All right. I'm over here on, what's this, 16th and Filbert?
Yeah.
Just chilling with some of the OGs out here. Ask y'all a couple of questions about the bullying situation we got going. How do you guys feel about the bullying situation that's out here?
Well, I think, for one, the bullying needs to stop. Kids need to learn how to get along. I know that's hard said, but, everybody got bullied at one point in time. But you grew out of it and you learn to appreciate life a little bit more than what these kids learn to appreciate now.
I think, when we were growing up, the bullying was more quiet. Nowadays, it's outspoken and been on the social network.
Yeah, it's on the social
they
network.
tell other people who they bully.
Right.
And it scares the other people and make them want to retaliate. So that's where you see the retaliation when the schools and the different other things coming up now with people bringing the knives. We always heard people bring knives when we was young going to school, but they wasn't stabbing nobody. Now they stabbing, shooting
That's real.
people.
That's
So I
real.
think that part, the social part of it, the networking on it, really had maybe came to the forefront with it.
And it's taking it to a national level.
Yeah.
With that networking, what's that Facebook?
Facebook, the
Yeah.
internet, the
Internet, Instagram.
Instagram, right.
You could do something to somebody, and then you could, send it out on a post, and everybody get to see it. And then that kid come back to school, and he feel, he hurt and tarnished by that, man.
Right,
Back
right.
in our day,
It was
if
after school.
somebody bullied you,
It was after school.
it was you and that other cat, or you and a few other cats, but the whole school didn't know.
Right,
And then they
right.
did it was the next day. It was after school the next day, something like that.
So let me ask you gentlemen a question. Have y'all ever been bullied or ever took part in bullying someone coming up in school, in the school years?
I have. Yes, I have. And I'm not proud of it.
Right,
I'm
right,
not proud
right.
of it. I have. What happened was I got bullied in the 3rd grade, and it changed my outlook on a lot of things. It made me want to be a bully. So since I was a bigger person, it made me enforce my size amongst people that were smaller than me, and even people that was my size. So yeah, I was a bully, but I stopped being a bully when I got to about the 11th grade in high school. I wasn't a bully no more. I was just a person that just was chilling. Yeah, I was a bully.
I never was a bully, but sometimes you have people want to push you a little bit farther.
Yeah.
And then that old saying, you got to hit them in their mouth.
Yeah.
And then after that, throw that lick.
Yeah.
Get what's the name? But now they, like I say, it's tough don't change.
Yeah.
They don't do the
Let
fighting.
me rephrase that. I was a bully, but I wasn't a bully to just go around beating on people and picking on people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you came at me sideways, then that's when I got with you. But if me and you was cool, I wouldn't just pick on you because you was just smaller than me.
Right.
That wasn't my thing.
Exactly. Okay. What would you guys say to the people out there that's doing the bullying, and at the same time, the people out there that's being bullied? What advice would y'all give them?
The people that's doing the bullying, I say stop. Stop, because in this day and age, you can lose your life being a bully. It's not cool to be a bully. It's not cool to offend other people. It's not cool to make fun of other people. You got comedians who do all that, but when you take it to that level where you gotta you know, put it out there for everybody to know. Maybe that person don't want everybody to know their business. So just stop bullying anybody. Don't nobody need to be a bully no more. Let's all love one another and get along. That's what it's really about. Loving one another and get along. I know that's hard and felt, but that's the way it is.
I think sometimes, you know, now that, you know, bullying is took the forefront, that the bullies need to really turn the table and just go, you know, be kind and gentle to people.
Exactly.
You know, step up and do some of the opposite of what a bully does. Outreach, you know, do some of the things that really need to, because, you know, who wants to be known as a bully? He bullied on him, because bullying really ain't cool nowadays.
It ain't cool.
You know, because you get downgraded, you get this, and then, you know, then the repercussion of it is great.
I was going to say, the repercussion of it is greater, because if you get enough kids scared of a bully, then what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to try to get that bully.
Exactly.
So, I mean, for the bully, you need to stop, man, before your days be shortened. For real.
And then with people like Dre and them that's coming out with these campaigns across here and across the nation, they telling you know, you can't do it. You know, as well as other countries can't go bully on other countries. And that's maybe the biggest thing right there. Country to country bully on other countries and stuff. So, you know, we just need to stop all this up and say, be like Rodney said, can we all just get along?
And that's the real thing, though. Can we all just get along, man?
And we can all get
and
along.
Dre, you know,
Yes.
man, come on, man.
Yes,
It's all
you know.
about, I remember the day you stopped me, bruh. All that was over, done with. We've been cool. And you know, we grew up together. So,
Exactly.
man, look, we gotta, some things in life, Johnny told me a while back, you just gotta let go, man.
Right.
You gotta take care of everything. You just keep living your life. I keep showing you respect and love, you gonna show me respect and love. That's what it's all about. All these people out here need to show each other. I mean, what it is, Drake, it ain't no respect. Straight up.
Right.
It ain't no more respect, man, like how we grew up. It ain't none of that no more, man. That's what we missing.
And you know, you said the key word, we all grew up together. And if you think about it, everybody in Oakland is connected.
It's connected.
We're like family because
Exactly.
back in the day, before we was even here, our parents was running.
Come on.
They was running together.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You know, back when Snickers was like 15 cents. 10 cents, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that there, you know, and that's what I tell a lot of youngsters, you know, and sometimes you have to tell OGs too, you know what I mean, because it's not just the youngsters getting bullied, but you have OGs being bullied and bullying, you know, and real quick, see, y'all got me involved now, but real quick, it's
But see, that's how it goes back, because over the years, you growing up as a man.
Right,
You know, growing up
right.
as a man, you can't continue to do the same thing. You're supposed to evolve in life. Not stay at that same level, figure, you know, I see somebody, my name Debo, and I can just take whatever I got from you, or, you know, just pulling you out of stuff. You know, you 30 years from now, you see that person, you say, man, I'm just glad to see you now.
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
I love you, blood.
Exactly.
And all that stupid stuff we used to do, man. It's
Glad to see you.
And real quick, think about it. Whoever thought we would be standing here under the shade tree 2014
Come on, Dre.
chopping it up?
Come on, Dre.
Because we thought, remember, 1999 was our last year.
Yeah.
Remember? Computers shutting down, everything shutting down, you know, the world is coming to an end. And here we is under the shade tree, right here where we grew up at, still in the hood.
Still in the hood.
Attempting to show these other youngsters and the other OGs that done got caught up in this bull crap that it's a better way
It's a better way,
than
man.
us attacking one another.
It's a better way.
I always say, you know, the first thing like we talk about, you know, you got to believe God is real.
Right.
And at some point, you got to let God have control of your life and put Him first and do the things you need to do.
Exactly.
And, you know, and let life just let Him guide you. Then you able to get through life a lot easier.
Right.
You're going to have problems.
Exactly.
But you'll make it.
And another thing, Dre, a big thing. Let's learn to forgive.
Right.
Let's learn to forgive.
Exactly.
Whatever somebody has done to you,
Right.
forgive. Yeah. Because if you don't forgive, for anybody who's listening, if you don't forgive, that's going to stay over your head for the rest of your life. It's going to hold you back.
Right.
You're not going to ever get where you're supposed to be because you
Exactly.
can't forgive nobody.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Right.
Come on.
Gentlemen.
Brother, I love, you just don't know how much I love you because you hollered at me. I was able to forgive
Right.
that day. You remember that day?
Yes.
Look at me now.
I made a
With kind
U-turn.
words.
Look at me now.
Kind
Look at
words
me
can
now.
do a whole lot of
Man.
It can build a whole lot of
And at
rivers,
the
it can build
same
a whole lot of
time-
fences,
Y'all
a
gonna
whole
make
lot
me
of
cry,
bridges.
blood.
Look, at the same time, this has been bothering me for the longest, and I told you that.
Yeah.
I've always said I wanted to make that move, but I didn't know how you would react. And like you said, you's a big mother. You's a big brother. you know what I'm saying? You know, so I
And
wanted
that's
to
what the
make
first thing
sure.
you think about a bully. You know, you're gonna say, "Well, he's too big for me to mess with."
That's a great thing to have
But
on camera.
like
you
you
know.
said, it takes sometimes a man to sometimes to cross the bridge, build a bridge, cross the bridge, and start something new.
Right.
Even if it's something bad, it takes somebody like that to really start things, and take a man to reciprocate with that.
Right.
We both was being that
30,
day.
40 years down the road,
I know I
Exactly.
grew up that day because, man, I started going to church. I
Right.
started treating my family better. I started just loving life, right? Because I
Right.
was able to forgive. When I
Right.
wasn't able to forgive, dude, man, that shit was just...
And I'm bringing my little sister in this. I always told Lucy, you guys know her as Lorraine, but Lucy Lorraine, I always told her I've been wanting to talk, but sometimes you have to let time kind of space out.
You got
know
to.
what I'm saying, and come in between so everybody can have their right
That
thoughts.
was God. That was God talking to you. That was the Spirit talking to you. 'Cause
Right.
who knows how I would have reacted before.
Right.
But that day, that was the right time and place. That was
Right.
the right time. It wasn't even on us.
Right.
That was God in the midst of
And,
that.
and Johnny, you're gonna have to come take this camera right now and hold it and hold it right here, and because I got you.
I love you too, baby. No, for real, man. For real. For real. It's real, bro. It's real.
Much
I know, man. I know that now. I know that now. You know, when all that went down, I didn't know. I know that now. I know that now. But look, we grew up together.
Always the one to come in between everybody.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people didn't like to talk to me because they know I'm coming from here.
And you think
I ain't the smartest mother in the world, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know that we all are connected.
we all, I mean, we grew up together, bro. We've been knowing each other. We've been calling each other's cousins for years, man.
Exactly.
You know, unfortunately, what happened. But it's over, it's done with, man. We moving on. As the camera, we moving on. We moving on. And that's what bullies need to do.
Exactly.
Stop bullying and move on.
The youngsters out there, I'm normally always behind the camera, but right now, Brother Durrell has said some true spoken words, you know what I mean, and forgiveness. That's what it's all about.
That's the number one thing, forgiveness and love.
Forgiveness. And to you OGs.
Once you forgive, then you're able to love. If you can't forgive, you won't be able to love and you won't get your life going.
Exactly. And to you OGs out there, all you have to do is don't give up on these youngsters. A lot of you guys say, hey,
Talking to them.
we're going to give up on them because it's in one ear and out the other, but you have to look at it like this. Every 10 youngsters you talk to, you might get 2.
Yep.
And if you get 2, that's a start.
That's a start.
That's a start.
That's a start. Maybe they'll go talk to somebody and that's 2 more.
Exactly.
And they just keep on pushing it. Just keep on pushing.
So, hey, it's real out here. It's real in the streets.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's real love out here.
It's real love.
We got love for all you youngsters.
Yes.
Whatever you're going through.
Yes. Whatever you're going through, just come and talk to some of us. Come and talk to the OGs in the hood. We've been through it too. We've been through it too. Don't think we here for a reason. We here to give back to you guys.
Exactly.
That's
and
all.
And this is a rare moment that you guys gonna catch me on the other side of that
Hey.
camera. My brother Durrell here, he brought it out. He brought it out, man. Much love.
Much love.
And a lot of you guys know what we're talking about, and there's gonna be a lot of you that don't know.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, you speak to somebody and they'll put you up on it. That's real talk.
Yes. Yes, it is.
51 years old. A lot of my partners
Come on, man.
didn't make it.
Come on. Come on.
Didn't make it.
A lot of
Locked
them, man. A
up,
lot of them
6
didn't make
feet
it.
under.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I'm here for. We are
We're here for a reason. And that's to help you guys. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
I always say God saved us for something else. We think we doing it for us, but we really doing it for the next generation. That's what it's all about. Man.
So with that being said, hey, take it.
Amen, brother.
All right.
Amen.
Right.
Yeah, love you too, man. Come on, man. Come on. I love y'all, man. Hey, always, baby. Always.
Right on, John.
All righty.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll keep it to like 3 questions.
Okay.
All Okay, here we are once again at the bottle store in West Oakland, 12th and Market, excuse me. Okay, how do you feel about the bullying situation that's going on?
Well, for the kids, I think bullying is terrible. They should also think about themselves and not take too seriously what their other friends are thinking or saying about them. Do their own thing, be happy, and you'll be fine.
What do you think we can do pertaining to the bullying situation for the ones that's afraid to reach out and seek help?
I think there should be more programs in schools for kids to have an outlet to reach out to somebody if they're in fear of getting in trouble or the peer pressure. I think nowadays it's hard enough growing up in these times with more pressure from other kids just being mean, just to be mean. It's not right, it's not fair, and it needs to stop.
Exactly. And what would you say to the ones that's doing the bullying? What advice would you give them?
Just stop, grow up. It's hard enough. We're all here, we're all human beings. It doesn't matter what color, what sexual orientation, we're all people, and we all need to work together to get along to make a better community for the entire West Oakland and all of America.
Now, last and final question. Have either of you ever been a part of bullying or been bullied yourselves?
I was bullied as a kid, and it's not nice, and it's fun, and it sticks with you, and it's really hard, and I'm now in my 40s, and you still remember it, and it's not fair, and I have 3 kids, and I don't want any of my children to actually go through it either.
When I was young, I was a pudgy little kid, and I felt a little bit of that as well, and it hurt my self-esteem. But you learn to grow up, you learn to overcome it, and just grow up.
Okay, well, that sums it up, and I want to thank you both for giving me your time. Is there anything that you would like to say to anyone else out there, for as people in general? There's a lot of people that's afraid to seek help, and what they're doing is they're not only taking their own lives, but they're taking other people's lives as well.
Just reach out to somebody. Everybody has one person, whether it's your favorite school teacher or your principal or a guidance counselor or an aunt, an uncle, a brother. There's somebody out there that you can talk to, and that you should never be in that situation where you want to take your own life or take someone else's because of what's happening. And just remember, there's always someone there. There's a phone line. There's someone you can reach out to and get the help you need to be able to talk about how you feel instead of acting on how you're feeling because you feel like no one's there to listen. There's someone there somewhere who will listen to you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was well said. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right, here we are once again. We're still hanging around the bottle store over here at 12th and Market in West Oakland. We got OG Crip here in the house. OG Crip, what's your intake on the bullying situation that we got going on, man?
Tell the truth, bullies get killed sooner or later. That's what I think. I ain't never been bullied. Somebody do me, we gonna get done.
What would you say to the ones that's been bullied? What kind of advice would you pass on to them?
I would say, man, you gonna take that? They're usually weak people, but they got things they can do. They can do something. You ain't got to get bullied.
Would you advise them to reach out and talk to someone, seek help? Because, a lot of times the people that's being bullied, they're afraid to reach out and get help because they feel that people are going to look at them as being a rat or a snitch, or they're going to just feel embarrassed.
In my days, bullies, people that got bullies, they handle it themselves. You just ain't gonna keep taking no bullying. Yeah. You're gonna eventually do something. If you don't do nothing but snipe on him, sneak up on him, hit him in the back of the head when he ain't looking, because you're weak. In the first place, you're weak. Just get him when you can. Teach him.
So, in spite of the violence, because nowadays you have the people that's being bullied, they're taking their lives or they're taking other people's lives, and it's not just the one that's bullying them. So what do you say to that? I mean, how do they handle that?
I don't understand the question on that one, but
Okay, the question I'm saying is, we just had a situation where the guy was getting bullied, and he went to school with 2 knives
okay.
and just started slashing people.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And they're killing people,
He didn't get the
and
bullet.
at the same time, they're they're taking their own lives.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what do you say to that? Should we have
That's
violence on top of violence? Because that's what it would be. You know, when you say take them out, it would be like, okay, well, because they're using violence, then I'm going to use violence.
Yeah, but take out the bully. Don't take out everybody else. I just be mad for one who been beating me up. I will wait for him in the dark. I know I can't whoop him. I ain't trying to hurt nobody else. This dude gonna stop bullying me. You know, that's how I do it.
Okay. OG Crip, I want to thank you for your time, man. Any shouts out?
I don't know nobody around too much. Nah.
All right. Okay,
Get
right
the
on.
bully back. Get the bully back.
There you go. Right on, Crip. Hey, we have.
I just thought the height difference might be a little crazy.
Oh, okay, we have Miss Michelle and we have Mr. Daniels here, my neighbors, great neighbors, great neighbors. Okay, I got a question or two for you both. How do you feel about the bullying situation that's going on here? Not here, but everywhere.
In general.
In general.
I mean, I think there's always going to be bullying, and it's really harmful to developing children and their psyche, because that's so much of what they care about, you know? But I think it's getting better. I think people are more aware that bullying is uncool, and the more we as adults stress that, and the more aware we are of bullying, that it's becoming less and less cool to be a bully. And I think more kids are aware that when they see bullying, they have to stop it.
Do you both feel that at some time and point that we will be able to get over this bullying thing, and there will be something positive that the youth can do with their time other than bullying?
I think starting at a young age, just stressing that we are a community, we're all part of each other, we all deserve to have the same experiences. As long as we stress the community vibes, I think bullying can be pushed out of the youth community.
Now, a question for both of you. Have you ever bullied or been bullied while coming up throughout your school years?
When I was in in elementary school, I was bullied a little bit. I like to read a lot, so I would be sitting on the playground reading, and kids would come up and throw dirt at me and, say mean things, because it's weird, a kid that doesn't want to hang out with other kids. And there were a few times that I was in a situation where my friends were bullying people, and I didn't say anything, and I've always felt bad about those times,
How did it make you feel? I mean, how did you get over it?
I mean, I don't know about getting over it, but more realizing later on in life what I should have done, and trying to speak up now when I hear something, when someone's saying something that is out of line. Trying to realize that standing back in those situations is almost just as bad as being the person.
What about you, Daniels? You ever?
I was never bullied. I think being so tall was part of it. But, the big thing is, if you are seeing someone get bullied, you're just as much of, perpetrator in the whole mess if you don't get involved than if you just say something. If you say something just to put someone else down, is just so easy. But to be able to stand up for someone else is one of the hardest things, but also most rewarding things you could possibly do by just sticking up for someone, because you could save someone's life.
If you had to, how can I put this? A word of encouragement to those out there that's afraid of speaking out because maybe they're too embarrassed or maybe they're just uh, feeling that there's no one there to help them, what would you say to them?
First and foremost, that there are other people out there that will help you, that can help you. There are a community of people that may be afraid at this point, but will be able to say something in the future. There are people that can help you. You know, it's never okay to bully someone. It's never okay to let someone bully someone. But there is help, and there is ways that you can rise above it.
And also, most important to know is that if you're being bullied, the person that is bullying you, it's not because of something that you're doing, it's because that person that's bullying you feels like they're not good enough, and that it's really a reflection of who they are, not who you are.
That there sums it up, and I want to thank you both for your time. That was great, and hopefully when the people see this video, they will take them words of encouragement and use them the right way, because we have so many people out there getting bullied, and it's not just young folks, but you have adults out there getting bullied, you know, and it's just wrong. And we have to come to some sort of position to where we can stop this, or at least slow it down, because you have the youngsters out there taking their lives, and not only taking their lives, but taking other people's lives because of that, you know. And like you said, it's really not cool. And I would like to thank you both. Y'all have any shout outs y'all want to send out? Because we will be doing this video in Sacramento. And you guys are familiar with Sacramento, right?
So shout out to all the tribe, that's for sure.
Okay.
Shout out to my little brothers and sister.
All righty. Thank you both. This is Tay, my long-time neighbor here. She's going to give us a little insight on the bullying thing here. All right, Tay, take it away.
Bullying, what do I have to say about that? I can just say one thing about it. And I'll probably say a quote from one of my favorite poets. When he had a hard time, this is what he said. May I be I is the only prayer. Not may I be great or good or beautiful or wise or strong. In essence, I think that's what everybody strives for. But in life, what happens when you pursue your essential self? You get sidelined. You may be that geek. You may be that beautiful girl. Or that hard-nosed guy. Or the guy who knows like everything but just decides not to do anything about it. In essence, it's really trying to be accepted, but circumstances can be different. And in the end, it's like us looking for that existence, like the essence of like existing. And I feel like that kind of summarizes it, because circumstances may be different, but for a lot of times with like these young people, they're so sure of themselves, and that's true. They already know their essence because they're young. But the environment and the circumstances really bring you to question, and people start using means that they know how, which sometimes is violence, it's bullying. They don't mean to do it, but then it happens. Or sometimes you become like the aggressor. But in the end, that's why it's a challenging situation, is there's no right or wrong answer. It's just, I believe it's just us trying to like find that search of being our existent self. The self with like no limits, with no barriers. with no stereotypes. That's probably it. That's probably
I have a
what
question for you.
Yeah.
What advice do you give the ones out there that's being bullied
Mm.
and feel that they have no one
Mm.
to talk to, or they feel that no one is going to give a damn about their situation? So therefore, they keep it to themselves until it just build up and build up and build up, and then I guess they call that peer pressure.
It's
It
not
takes-
necessarily peer pressure, I think. I think like sometimes you just, you're right, you don't know where you're gonna look for help.
And then it's that
Mm.
one little thing
Yeah.
you could come by and
Mm.
just say, "Hey,
Mm.
I don't like your shoes,"
Mm.
and they snap.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just pass by and brush them,
Mm-hmm.
not intentionally,
Mm-hmm.
but just accidentally, and they just snap. You know,
But then that's
what
why
would you-
kindness becomes very important. For me, people are like, sometimes my face, I have a very serious looking face. But I try honestly to be kind to people. Because that's the thing. That's the only power that I have, is to exercise my kindness. To say hi. To say thank you. To say, hey man, it's all good. Pass by somebody, lift your chin up. It's another day in paradise, is what I say.
There you go. Now, what would you? Oh, continue.
That's it.
What would you? What advice would you give the one that's doing the bullying? You know, a lot of people would call them a person who has no mom at the house or no father at the house, and they're taking their anger out on others. What advice would you give them?
See, anger, right. Sometimes when you don't have structure at the house, and that's why like family is important. Because I feel like if people feel that act of kindness, of feeling like they have somebody in their life that has some they feel love in some way, they would be able to deal with it better instead of being reactionary, because everybody's reactionary. And if you don't have an outlet to vent your anger, of course, anybody, even the kindest of people would snap. So that's when I say bullying is a little bit complex, because the kindest of people can start doing the worst of things. Not meaning to, but that's a matter of survival. You just need to survive, and you don't want to be on that end when you're being bullied. You don't want to be judged. You don't want to be put in your corner when already you don't have anything that's kind of secure in your life also. But then that's the thing. I feel like for an aggressor, I would say take a breather. Take a breather. If there's somebody that you do know, if there's an interesting hobby or something that you want to pursue, if you really feel like you're limited and you're at an end, the truth is, nobody has limits. And I'm not saying opportunity comes to us all, because opportunities do come, but at the same time, sometimes when they do come and you're dealing with a different situation, you can't realize that opportunity when it comes.
Ty, you couldn't have said it better. And I want to thank you for your time. And hopefully when the people when the people hear this part of the video, hopefully they would, think about your words and your quote, and they will do whatever they can to seek help or better themselves. And that's what this is all about. people better themselves and seeking help where they need it.
Right, and you know, that's so true. I think for myself, just having grown up to the age that I am now, not that age is any issue or it should be a matter of anything, because you can be young when you know these truths, but I really feel that, you know, you have to open yourself to like, to love and to being humble sometimes, but at the same time you have to be strong and stand up for when you know things aren't right. And that's when bullying comes in. There's, you know, it kind of takes, you know, a certain kind of courage for young people to decide that no, that's not how they want to have to deal with punks. No, that's not what you want to see, and that's not what your experiences are going to be like. I don't think anybody gets to really sometimes have that choice, but at the same time, there's always help. There's always people that you can lean on. But then there's also like power in your act of kindness. I believe that. So whether or not you see results, your act of kindness has, it does carry itself on its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to give a shout out to anybody? Your hometown, because this video is going to go everywhere.
Shout out is, you know, to all those who feel like they've been sidelined, to all those who felt like they're being misunderstood. Life is more than what it seems to be. There's more to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there really is more to each individual. No matter what success, no matter what failure. To each their own, really. And the sky's the limit.
Exactly.
And that's why, you know, we strive to love one another, and we strive to, like, be kind to one another. Because in the end, shoot, when you die, you're dead. You're gone. But all you have is your experiences, your memories, and your time for now, and that's something that you have, like, the power to change.
Thanks again, Ty.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll see you on the next one. Who we got over here? We got Mac Green.
How you doing? How you doing?
All right, what's up, Mac Green? Mac Green, tell me a little bit about yourself, Mac Green. What you doing, man?
Mac Green, I'm a Bay Area artist, man, out here in West Oakland, California. Got a big project going on. Got a couple of projects going on, you know, as well as Miss P, you know, M.E.P. production, as well as Mac Green music and everything. So we just out here, man, enjoying California weather and, you know, enjoying life right now.
Now, on this bullying situation we got going here, we have a lot of youngsters being bullied, and a lot of them is going to committing suicide. As you know, one of them just went up to the school with 2 knives and just started just slashing people. How do you feel about that? What do you think we could do to help this bullying situation?
Well, I see, as far as it go, I mean, bullying situation is as well as every situation in the community. You know, people with older people or more people need to step in. It need to be a more so a community than just a separate individual have to deal with that type of pressure on themselves. You know, everybody didn't know a bully or didn't been bullied or been the bully. So it's you know, the situations and the dynamic of being in that predicament is pretty messed up. You know, I just think they need more grown people or more people with strong minds and a mind of a leader to get involved in it, man. That's all.
Question to you: have you ever bullied or have you ever been bullied?
I'll say I've been a victim. I've been on both sides of it. In situations, not only just as well as street, school, or whatever. You know, people all the time bully. You know, it's a mentality of how the system is set up now for everybody. You know, it's like the bullying issues. Whether you're at work, you're trying to get your boss's position, or you think you know you feel you could do your job better than the boss. So
That's some form of bullying. You got even, you know, so I've been a victim and I've been on the other side as well as being bullied. Each side, it's not cool. It's not cool however you look at it, regardless of how you look at it. It's not cool on either side.
Now, do you think there's something that we could do to prevent bullying, or at least slow it down?
I mean, like I said, man, you know, I'm from the old school. Well, me, I'm from the
Keep it
old
real,
school.
keep it real, keep
Bully,
it real.
a bully, you know how it be. You get to being too much, man. Somebody gonna tap your ass. They gonna catch your ass slipping. Somebody gonna tap your ass, and that's how we eliminated the bully. You know, each time it seemed like each time the bully in my era, he always had his ass handed to him. And now he's one of the coolest people you know. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But my era, man, you know, bullies, dudes thought they was tough. I mean, you know, wasn't nobody no punk. And when I was growing up, with no punk, we're going to chunk them. We're going to see what it do. So, I don't know.
Magreem, I thank you for that, mate. And like I said to other gentlemen, hopefully when people see this video, they'll either stop the bullying, or for those that's been bullied, they'll reach out to someone and seek some help other than jumping off a chair and hanging themselves, or whatever they're doing to commit suicide, or at the same time taking someone else's life. Magreem, thanks a million.
No problem. Thank you.
Young G's out here, I want to thank y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Okay, now, once again, we're on the subject of bullying. How do you feel about bullying?
I think it's wrong, and it really causes havoc in people's lives, especially young people. And even the gay people that's in the world, you know, we can't tell anybody how they should be or what they should do.
Right.
That's up to God to judge them. We're not the judges, because we all fall short. But me, myself, my name is Crystal Duncan, and growing up in a little town like I did, it was never a lot of mixed racial going on, and my mother was black and my father was white. So it's on either side, I didn't get any good values from my peers. And I had one girl that lived in one house from me. She used to bully me all the time, push me around, and I was really scared of her because she was big, and you know, and I was like, I wish she'd really leave me alone, and she wouldn't. She used to bully me to give her my homework, to do her homework, and then one day she pushed me into a girl getting off the bus, and that was it. I was like, this is it. I said, come on, let's get this over with, because you won't leave me alone. And until you really face them and confront them with what they're doing to you, they're going to continue to do it. So we got off the bus. She said, meet me at my house. I said, no, meet me in the middle. And it was the guy named Mr. Speedy that lived in between us. So I met her in the street, and we fought, and I beat her up. And after that, she was my best friend.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever bullied anyone?
Yes, I did. I wouldn't say bully, but I haunted or taunted this girl at school. Her name was Luana Catherine. And I'm so sorry for that, because I felt bad even after I did it and I stopped. But she used to walk on the sidewalk. We would get on the ground and say, Luana Catherine. And we used to really talk about it. And I know it hurt her feelings. And I'm so sorry, Luana, if you hear this, because it was wrong, you know. And a lot of times you do it because others are doing it. But you have to be your own person and not do what everybody else does if it's not right.
Exactly. Now, last and final question. To the people that's being bullied, along with the people that's doing the bullying, what advice would you give them?
That the person that's doing the bullying, is something going on in their life that's not right. And they really need to check themselves and see what it is that makes them do that. And then they need help, and then the person they're bullying needs to speak up for themselves or tell someone so it can stop, because it really does hurt children. Like you said, kids are killing themselves over bullying. And it's not right, it's not fair.
Okay, young lady, I want to thank you for your time, and that was well put. And any shout outs y'all would like to give?
I just thank God that I'm the person I am today, and that's what we all need. That's why this world is just so wicked. These kids need to know God, and a lot of them don't. Jesus, the blood.
Thank you.
That's what works.
Thank you both. We're hot. Okay, who do we have here today?
Yeah, my name's Steve.
Steve, okay.
And I live in West Oakland, and I'm 73 years old. And my neighbor Mo asked me to say something about bullying. And I thought of a story that happened to me many years ago in 1952. I was 12 years old. I was a pretty good athlete, but I wasn't what you call a macho jock or anything. I was kind of quiet, soft-spoken, and I guess I didn't have the personality of a jock. But in any case, one day when I was in 8th grade, I was either 12 or 13, we had a 50-yard, this is in upstate New York, about 4 hours northwest of New York City. Behind my school there was a little track, but it was a spring day, the weather was nice, and we had what was called a 50-yard track, and we were in physical education class, and we had a race to see who was the fastest kid in the class. Well, I won the boys division, and just before going back to class, the phys ed teacher said, why don't we run the winner of the boys against the winner of the girls? And the winner of the girls, her name was Kathy Fish. All the boys were waiting for me at the finish line to beat Kathy Fish, because in those days, even probably today with a lot of people, men are the superior, superior physically to women. Anyway, all the boys are waiting for me to beat her and then go back to class. Well, she beat me by 3 feet. She was fast. And when I crossed the finish line, all the boys threw me to the ground, and they circled around me, and they kicked me and punched me, and I was all black and blue. 50 years later, at my 50th high school reunion, a lot of those same guys who kicked and punched me were at the reunion. And one time during the break, there's a few of them, and I said, do you guys remember beating me up because I lost to a girl in 8th grade named Kathy Fish? None of them remembered it. They don't want to remember it. But it left a scar on me because I was all black and blue from head to toe, because I represented the boys and I lost to a girl. Well, I was bullied a lot in grammar school and a little bit in high school, so I know what it feels like. In any case, it's violent, even though maybe people don't get hurt like me, but it's emotionally violent, mentally violent, even spiritually violent. It's kind of like it's a way to intimidate others for some people, and really acting strong, acting tough is not being tough. It's just an act, and because they're insecure as men. So anyway, I recovered from all that, of course, I hope. But, we have to get rid of bullying because it leaves scars. And thank you very much.
Now, one question for you. You summed it up, and everything you said, you summed it up. But I have a question for you. Do you believe now, maybe later on down the line, that we will ever be able to get rid of bullying?
Well, there's different types of bullying. There's physical bullying where tougher kids pick on weaker kids. And then there's emotional and mental bullying, like bosses, like bosses being verbally abusive or intimidating their workers. It's like, we talk about racism, we talk about sexism, but there's something called elitism we don't talk about. And that is because I'm the boss, I'm better than all of you, because I have more money, I'm better than all of you, or because I'm an official or a politician or whatever, I'm better than all of you. And a lot of times they use their position to bully other people, whether even maybe governors and presidents can do that. They bully other people who challenge or complain about their behavior. In other words, what they're saying is, you're not allowed to complain or criticize me because I'm all-powerful, all-knowing, and all BS as far as I'm concerned.
Steve, that was great. I love the way you put that, and you touched every area. And I want to thank you once again, Steve.
Hey, thank you, Mo. You're a great neighbor, and I don't see any bullying around here, but I know it exists.
Yes, it do. Thanks, Steve.
That was okay?
Yes. If I could just stop the video.
Were you close enough?
Okay, now, once again, we're on the subject of bullying. How do you feel about bullying?
I think it's wrong, and it really causes havoc in people's lives, especially young people. And even the gay people that's in the world, you know, we can't tell anybody how they should be or what they should do.
Right.
That's up to God to judge them. We're not the judges because we all fall short. But me, myself, my name is Crystal Duncan, and growing up in a little town like I did, it was never a lot of mixed racial going on, and my mother was black and my father was white. So it's on either side I didn't get any good values from my peers. And I had one girl that lived in one house from me. She used to bully me all the time, push me around, and I was really scared of her because she was big, and you know, and I was like, I wish she'd really leave me alone, and she wouldn't. She used to bully me to give her my homework, to do her homework, and then one day she pushed me into a girl getting off the bus, and that was it. I was like, this is it. I said, come on, let's get this over with, because you won't leave me alone. And until you really face them and confront them with what they're doing to you, they're going to continue to do it. So we got off the bus. She said, meet me at my house. I said, no, meet me in the middle. And it was the guy named Mr. Speedy that lived in between us. So I met her in the street, and we fought, and I beat her up. And after that, she was my best friend.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever bullied anyone?
Yes, I did. I wouldn't say bully, but I haunted or taunted this girl at school. Her name was Luana Catherine. And I'm so sorry for that, because I felt bad even after I did it and I stopped. But she used to walk on the sidewalk. We would get on the ground and say, Luana Catherine. And we used to really talk about it, and I know it hurt her feelings, and I'm so sorry, Luana, if you hear this, because it was wrong, you know? And a lot of times you do it because others are doing it, but you have to be your own person and not do what everybody else does if it's not right.
Exactly. Now, last and final question. To the people that's being bullied, along with the people that's doing the bullying, what advice would you give them?
That the person that's doing the bullying, is something going on in their life that's not right. And they really need to check themselves and see what it is that makes them do that. And then they need help, and then the person they're bullying needs to speak up for themselves or tell someone so it can stop, because it really does hurt children. Like you said, kids are killing themselves over bullying. And it's not right, it's not fair.
Okay, young lady, I want to thank you for your time, and that was well put. And any shout outs y'all would like to give?
I just thank God that I'm the person I am today, and that's what we all need. That's why this world is just so wicked. These kids need to know God, and a lot of them don't. Jesus, the blood.
Thank you.
That's what works.
Thank you both. Okay, here we are on 18th, hollering at some of the young G's out here on this subject, bullying. You know, we have a lot of people going around killing, going around committing suicide. And how do you gentlemen feel on this bullying? I mean, what do y'all feel can be done about it?
What can be done about bullying?
I definitely feel it's wrong, you know, it's unnecessary, especially because most of the time bullies pick on people that they know they can take advantage of, you know.
Yeah, that's why it's called a bully, because, I mean, it got to start, like, I mean,
shit, I'm gonna still take it back to the parents then, because if a kid,
parents.
because if a kid bullying somebody, it's something that he's lacking at home or something. Because nobody is really like.
So is
you
the
feel me,
kid.
as far
So
like,
is the kid getting bullied.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
it's some shit going on at home. You're not talking to your kids. You're not, you know, really, doing things with your kids. You're not paying attention to what your kids is doing.
Or
Because if
going
your
through.
kids is getting bullied, you should know. I
Right.
mean, as a parent, you should know what's going on. You're not having. Yeah, it's a breakdown of communication with you and your kids, or something.
Now let me ask you gentlemen a question. You know, we came up in an era where it was a lot of bullying, but when we was bullying, we didn't resort to picking up a gun and going to school shooting up nobody. We didn't resort to knives or anything. We got bullied until we got tired, and sooner or later we stood up for ourselves. What do you guys? What do you have to say on that one? Have you ever bullied, or have you ever been bullied while coming up?
I think back to what you were saying about our generation was we didn't tolerate bullies, didn't tolerate bullying. We was only gonna let you get bullied for so long. We was gonna be on you so tough, like partner. You was not going to second period like that. It's not happening. It's not going down. You feel me? It's not. You're not finna go to second period, no punk. Or now they say penitentiary full of people who ain't no punks. But
Keep it real.
Just keeping it real though. You know what I mean? We didn't condone the bullying behavior. Bullies got beat up eventually. Somebody, even if you don't get beat up, we gonna make him punch you in the face or something, and then we not gonna let you beat him up.
Most of the time, when you think about it, bullies are nothing but a coward because they're really just picking on somebody they can take advantage of. And I think that's the essence of it. Exactly. They want to take advantage of somebody else's weakness. You know what I'm saying? If you're so tough, what you gonna do something? Do something else. Why you gotta pick on somebody that you take advantage of? Really, your head is in the wrong place. You go into school or you hang out and you look at what somebody take advantage of, your head is in the wrong place. Like my friend said, that goes back to the home, man. Something's not right at your home training at home with the parents because your head is in the wrong place. You shouldn't even be thinking about taking advantage of somebody else. You're supposed to be trying to better yourself.
Yeah, who's bullying you?
Right, and when people get bullied back in our days, I mean, as far as like the bully or whoever getting bullied, I mean, they'll just stay away from the bully then. You feel me? They ain't go home, grab no weapon. They probably went home, cried or whatever. They ain't, come on, man. Like, not in my day, I don't remember nobody getting killed over being bullied. Straight up.
Now this goes to one of the last questions. Do you guys feel that there's something that we can do for the younger generation to where we can either stop it or slow it down?
Well, we kind of.
That's a big question.
That is a
Wow.
big question. I mean,
we deep in it. We deep in the bullying.
Because as a society, especially the new ways, the hip hop music, the culture of the streets and in school is the whole don't tell. And the type of
bullying,
don't tell.
too.
So these kids that's getting bullied and is doing these crazy things, one, they ain't telling nobody. They're not telling nobody they're getting bullied because that's just frowned upon. First of all, is telling. So they ain't telling, and then they getting tired of it, and then between the video games and the music we listening to, violence is the only way to act. And I mean,
they feel that's the way they can stop the bullying.
that's the only way to act. Besides stepping on the bully's toe and punching him in the nose and be like, I'm not getting bullied no more. And you probably won't. I don't care if a dude can beat you up 3 times a week. You step on his toe and punch him in the nose.
He's not gonna want to fight you.
He don't stop.
He's not gonna fight you every day.
No, you gotta kill him, man. Damn.
Well, fellas, I appreciate it, and that was well spoken, and hopefully we could pass this on to these youngsters, and not just youngsters, because you have some elderly folks out there that's bullying and being bullied at the same time.
Right.
So hopefully they could get aboard of this, and we could change this, because it's really getting to the point to where children, they have no other way they feel but to take their lives or take somebody else's life because of bullying.
And that's crazy.
It is.
That's when you know it's going too far. It's out of control.
That's crazy.
It's out of
Yes.
control when people's lives are being lost over nonsense, Nonsense.
So,
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for sharing your time with me, and hopefully this here will be motivation for anyone that's watched this video and they're going through what we're speaking on. And the last question, what encouragement do y'all have the ones that's getting bullied and the ones that's doing it? What encouragement do you have for them?
For the bulliers, recommend some recreational activity or something. Burn the energy off, man. For the ones that's being bullied, man,
tell
talk
somebody, man. Tell
Talk to
somebody. Even if you're not telling
Talk to
somebody, talk to somebody
Right.
about it. Because that person you talking to may be able to shed some light on your situation and be able to help you out of a situation by giving you some alternative means of getting out of your bully situation, being bullied.
Gentlemen, was you about to say something?
I was just going to reiterate, basically support what my friend said over here. You know, you got to channel that energy in a different direction. That's the biggest thing because, you know, kids are full of energy. If you channel your energy in a more positive direction, you probably will get something out of it that's going to benefit you instead of just, you know, some foolishness. You know, that's pointless. That's the best thing to do is get yourself involved in something. Get yourself involved in recreational activity. Go play sports. Okay, you want to bully somebody, go box. Then you can hit them legally. You know, and it'll benefit you, you know.
If you're getting bullied, go box.
Go play football, you know. That was my thing, you know. Honestly, I wasn't a bully, but I was like, okay, football is legal war. I can go hit somebody, and it's okay, you know. No reason for me to go pick on some helpless little kid. And for the, like you said, for the bulliers, they need to build their self-esteem, stick up for yourselves, you know, and just don't take it. Basically, one way or another, go talk to somebody, get some help, stick up for yourself, whatever it is, man. But don't take it because you're not supposed to take it. You don't have that person has no right to bully you in the first place.
Gentlemen, that was well said. I appreciate y'all time.
Anytime.
Any shouts out?
Shout out to 1800. You know where we at. Come find us.
Who shot JR?
Okay, we're here at the bottle store in West Oakland on 12th and Market. We have a young lady from the neighborhood. Miss, what is your opinion about the bullying situation that we have going on here?
I think it's out of control. That people need to learn how to respect each other. Something that's not happening.
Do you think that we would be able to get a grip on it, maybe stop it? Well, we would love to stop it. But if nothing else, slow it down?
I think what needs to happen is that there needs to be more older people getting involved in what's going on with the children. And bullying even goes as far as domestic violence. So, you know, that's another issue.
Have you ever been bullied, or have you ever bullied before in your time?
I've been bullied all my life. So.
Bully? How did you deal with it?
I finally got the biggest one, and the one that was the leader, and took care of them.
Did what you had to do. Okay. That's good.
They didn't expect it.
Okay, and that kind of stopped the situation. Nowadays, they have the young children killing themselves and also killing others behind bullying. What advice would you give to them that's been bullied and also the ones that's doing the bullying? What advice would you give them?
The ones that are doing the bullying, I would suggest that they take a look at anything can happen to anybody, and it can happen to them by somebody. There's somebody for everybody.
Yes.
So
that's right.
They need to really realize that it could happen to them as well. And for the ones that are being bullied, I think they need to reach out and tell somebody instead of holding it inside and thinking that they'll be a chump if they rat on somebody. So, you know, they need to express themselves to people.
Ma'am, that was well said, and I appreciate your time. And is there anyone you would like to give a shout out to?
You.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day, sweetie.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, we got Brother Nas here at the Millennium store right here on 18th and Market. Nas, what do you feel about the bullying going on here? You know, we have a lot of bullying going on. What do you feel about that?
Well, I feel that they should attract attention right away and handle that. We don't want to become more detrimental to the kids at a longer age.
Right. What do you feel that we could do to stop the bullying or slow it down?
Well, you got to get the parents and the kids to get together. That's the best way to tackle it.
Okay, Lorraine, how do you feel about bullying?
I feel that bullying is not nice. It's a scary person's way out. That's how I look at it.
Have you ever been bullied, or have you ever bullied someone coming up through your school days?
No, I've never been bullied. And to the best of my knowledge, I've never bullied anyone. I've had issues with people, but when we were coming up, it wasn't labeled bullying. So I would say no, I've never bullied anyone.
Okay. What advice would you give the people that's being bullied and the people that's doing the bullying? What advice would you give them?
The people that's being bullied, they need to learn to stand up for themselves, not necessarily fighting or anything like that, but just let a person know that they're not going to take what they're giving them, what they're putting out, because it's not fair for a person to have to deal with such things. I think I mixed it here.
What about the people that's doing the bullying?
The people that's doing the bullying need to stop and realize that just because you're bullying someone today, there could be someone that's a bigger bully than you that will get you the next time. And they just need to stop. It all needs to stop.
All right, well, we're here in Fairfield, California, getting some insight on the bullying situation. Yeah, that was well put, Lucy. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody that sat in and did their interview. And like I said many a times during these interviews, hopefully the people that's bullying and being bullied will see this video, and for the ones that's being bullied, they would reach out to someone. Don't be afraid. Tell someone. Don't let it build up inside you to where you go and take someone else's life, or maybe even take your own life. Talk to someone. There's people that you can talk to. There's people that will listen. There's people that will help you. There's people who cares. And for the bullying, the ones that's doing the bullying, I say the same. Speak to someone, because you have a problem and it needs to be addressed. And one day you might bully the wrong person and they may take you out. Okay, we're out. Leaving Fairfield, headed back to the Big O. Hey, who do we have here? Miss Murtis.
Jefferson.
How you doing today?
Great.
Okay. We're having a big problem with the bullying that's going on with our youth today, as well as some of the elderly folks. What is your intake on bullying?
I think bullies are really scared people themselves.
What do you mean by that?
They have something going on with them, and they just take it out on others that they feel are vulnerable.
What do you feel we could do to help prevent that, if not stop it?
Well, I think the community needs more things for young people to do, first of all. We don't have enough things for the young people to do, so they just go around doing all kind of stuff they don't need to be doing.
So what do you feel we could do to help that?
Spend more time with our children. Even if you don't have a child, adopt a child.
Have you ever bullied or been bullied before?
Yes, I've been
coming
bullied.
up? How did you deal with it?
Well, eventually I left that school. Be quiet, PJ. I left that school. I went to another elementary school.
I'll bite you back.
Okay, is there any...
Hey!
I'll bite your ass back.
Ma'am, we trying to do this.
PJ.
Miss Murders here, how you doing?
Very well, sir.
All right, what is your intake on the bullying that's going on? You have any encouraging words?
Well, I think for a bully, you probably need to sit down and talk with someone and find out why do you deem it necessary to bully. And for the ones that's being bullied, definitely talk to someone so you can get some help, so you don't have to live under that kind of condition.
Okay, one of the questions I was asking you, have you ever been bullied or been a part of bullying?
I've been bullied.
And how did you deal with that?
My mother transferred me to my school.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. So what words would you have for the ones that's being bullied out there who's afraid to reach out for help?
Was afraid to reach out for help?
Yes,
Don't be afraid. You have to tell somebody so you can get help.
Okay, that sounds good. And far as the ones that's doing the bullying?
I believe they need help too.
Okay, that sounds like a winner there. Murders, I want to thank you. You have any last thoughts on what you think might help us stop this problem, slow it down? Or
I think what you're doing right now is going to be very positive.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you for your time, Ms. Murders, and you have a wonderful day. Any shouts out?
All right, West Oakland.
All right. We got Kenny James here, my detail guy. We're going to ask him a couple of questions on this bullying situation. What's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on a bully situation is not being around negative people. Now, if you know, you can spot a bully a mile away, but if you know this person's a bully situation, if it's life-threatening, I think you should go to an authority. If it ain't life-threatening, I think you should just stand up on your own and not to be afraid. It's just like a little lion club. Always got to seek actions on his prey. So it's not saying that you're seeking action on your prey, but step away from your prey and let them know that you ain't going to bow down to them and live your life. If it's life-threatening, you take it to the authority.
Have you ever, when you was in school, have you ever been bullied, or have you ever took a part of bullying?
Yes, I've been bullied a lot. It started by me having a nervous condition. My nickname was Blinky. A lot of people tried me a lot because they thought I was so special that I couldn't defend myself, but when it happened, they seen that I could and I got respect. Now, I have been bullied a lot, and mostly go back to the class reunions, and a lot of them, the bullies, apologized to me.
So how did that make you feel at the time that you were being bullied, up until the time you have grown up and seen them, like you said, at your class reunions? How did that make you feel?
It made me feel good when I got a chance to stand up to myself. And now that I'm older, I'm not afraid. I walk in their face and look in their face, and sometimes I just put the word of Jesus on them. But I didn't really have to do that because they came to me and apologized to me and learned what Tourette's syndrome was, hugged me and talked to me.
Wait, now say that again, correct syndrome?
I was being bullied a lot because I was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome. It's called a nervous disorderly. I was born without a missing cell in my brain. It's no cure, but I learned to deal with it. So a lot of people bullied me over that. A lot of people didn't like me, but now people like me a lot. I'm an entrepreneur. I do work.
And I've known you since elementary school.
right.
This is like over 30 years.
30 years and counting.
And I've always had the utmost respect for you, you know, and we jived around, you know, messed around, played around, you know, but back to the bullying thing, let me ask you a question. What advice would you give the children out there that's being bullied, or the children out there that's doing the bullying?
Well, the children that's doing the bullying, it's kind of hard to talk to the youngsters nowadays about the bullying. But I think most of the time the youngsters do a lot of bullying because there's a lot of things missing in their life. A father figure, maybe a mother figure. No activities, nothing to do. Nothing for kids can go. Back in the days, you know, we used to get out of school and go to park recreations. Play pool, swim, do camping, things like that. That'll cut on 80% of the population. I mean, but you got to reach them before they get in their teens. But when you reach them, if you reach them in their teens, early teens, you might have a chance. But now the people that's being bullied is still running the fray because you got youngsters having weapons, guns, and everything. But you can cease and assist if more adults step up and have action.
That was well said. That was well said. And hopefully when the people see this, not just the children, because we also have adults bullying adults, and you have adults bullying children as well as children bullying adults. And hopefully once they get a bar of this video, you know, maybe it'll trigger something in their brain to where, hey, that's not cool, you know. I mean, instead of me bullying this person, maybe we should be attempting to work with them, you know, and see what we can do to help. You know, thanks for that word of encouragement, Ken. I appreciate it. And anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, Blinky's car washing. Blinky's Bling Bling Machine. You can reach me at an address called Burley. I'm at 56 West MacArthur, Old Grove Street. Give me a ring. My nickname is Blinky. That's what he's known for. Thank you.
And how, just out of curiosity, how did you get that name?
Blinky, for having Tourette's syndrome. I had Tourette's syndrome. I came to Oakland, and I had shaking my head and twitching my eyes. So I thought I had Tourette's syndrome. I diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, having a missing cell in my brain. So it made me do urges and quirks. There's no cure.
Okay.
Number guy.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Ken.
Thank you very much.
This is More Entertainment and Production, and we're out.
There you go.